Well, the luck of the Irish was not on the Buffalo Bandits side as they proved that Colorado, oof, is so hard to beat those guys, apparently, for the Buffalo Bandits. But we're back with another episode of Banditland Boulevard. Trevor Howard, Tony LaMonica. Bandits are now 10-3. Their six-game win streak has come to an abrupt end as they lose in the KeyBank Center last night by a final score of 13-8 to apparently their owner in the Colorado Mammoth. I'm sick and tired of losing to this team, being a fan, losing to this team. Looking at guys like Zed Williams, salute the crowd every time he scores. It annoys me a lot. Colorado is that little brother that won't stop poking you, or it's our big brother actually, if you really think about it. Won't stop beating the little brother up. So 13-8, I felt like the game for the most part through the first three quarters was a lot closer than it was, and it really, really was.
Mhm.
And then the fourth quarter, the anemic offense and some of the shots that should have been saves. We can get all into this, but Tony, we're 10-3. How's it going?
You know, sometimes you can't go perfect the whole season way. It's tougher now these days. And again, you got to realize you're going up against your finals foe. They obviously have the number on you because they're sneaky. They
Yeah,
like to play pretty gruesome. Like I said before, they looking in at row two where I sit, you can see what they do that maybe most refs can't see.
yep,
And that's while they're like clustered together, holding a stick, holding a jersey, just trying to make plays happen for their offense. And you can see that, and we're literally screaming, holding the stick, somebody make a blow a whistle, do something.
right.
But obviously you can't tell the refs what to do. The referees were I don't know, they were hit and miss the whole entire night. I couldn't count how many times they made mistakes. And again, with not just Johnny Tavares screaming at him, but obviously Colorado screaming at their coach, screaming at him, going, "What are you guys doing? Do you
Right.
guys know the game? Do you guys know the rules?" And on another topic, when Jeffrey and Priolo had their fight,
That was great.
right, but also is there a ruling? Let me ask you this, Trevor. Is there a ruling where the name on the back, there was two number 32s on the Colorado side? Is that illegal to have on the team?
I saw that too, and I thought my eyes were really like deceiving me because I thought it was just like, oh, maybe that guy's 23, maybe this guy's 32. But I did notice that.
Mm-mm.
I don't think it could be legal. I don't think it should be legal, and
Mm-hmm.
I think the NLL's got to clean that up. But that was a great fight, Steve Priolo had. But it ended up being the momentum swing for the Colorado Mammoth, even though I think Steve Priolo won that fight. And
Yeah,
then the thing that really just got under my skin was this was exactly game three in a nutshell. The Bandits
mm-hmm.
blow a 4-1 lead. Colorado comes back and beats them. We're going into the second quarter up 4-1 with a power play. And
Yep,
we give up four straight, go down 5-4, and really seemed like we were just playing catch up the rest of the way. That is not a way
yes,
to beat the Colorado Mammoth because they're always going to hang around. They've been beating us since '06 in the championship game. Every
that's
single
right.
time we play them, it seems like they beat us or they have our number. So you really got to put them away. And I don't really put this loss on the officials. Yes, they weren't very bad. Referee number 94 is the worst in the
Hmm.
NLL in
Also
absolute
25,
in history.
Mr.
25.
Tattoos.
Yeah, tattoos. Oh, he's pretty
Good
bad
Lord,
too. But I
he's
blame
god
this.
awful.
I blame this loss on Johnny T. I'm gonna say coaching because he did not adjust. Didn't seem like he really learned from his mistakes in Game 3 of the NLL Finals, and you saw a lot of the same stuff that happened. Saves
Mm-hmm.
that Vino should have made. But that was also not the reason why we lost because the anemic offense that we had out there last night, only scoring 8 goals, that is not enough to beat anybody. Ask the Rochester
No,
Nighthawks today as they lost to the Philadelphia Wings 9-8. 8 goals is never enough to beat anybody. My question
mm-mm.
to you, Tony, is
Sure.
where in the world was Dane Smith and where in the world was Josh Byrne yesterday? Because Chase Frazier
Number
came
one.
back and scored two
Mm-hmm.
goals. It was great. Chris
Right.
Kluche scored. Carter McKenzie scoring his first goal as a Buffalo Bandit. Nickelback was playing. It was awesome to go up 4-1
Mm-hmm.
on a shorthanded 2-on-1 opportunity. He scored and cashed that one in. Wearing
That's
our
right.
sweet St. Patrick's Day jerseys, where in the world were Josh Byrne and Dane Smith last night?
Well, I'll break it down for you like one player at a time. Let's start with number 92. 92, no goals allowed. They literally locked him down. And basically the problem is, number one, hesitation. When you have an open lane and you have an opportunity to score a goal, take the chance and just go for it. Stop worrying about the fancy passes. Stop worrying about who to get to next. You've got control of the ball. There's an open spot for you saying, come in and shoot the ball into the goaltender, or at least hit him. That's what the problem was with Dane Smith, is that he was hesitant. He was overthinking and thinking, I better pass it because if I don't have a spot, then someone else may.
Yep.
That was the problem with the offense, is basically they were looking for that open opportunity where Colorado's defense was locking it down and shutting the window really quick. That's number one. Number two, Josh Byrne, even though he did score one goal, but that's not the same Josh Byrne that we've seen the entire season. It's like you go in there and you get an opportunity, take the shots low. That's what you're going to beat Ward because he's tall as hell. You got to shoot low on a guy like him. He's not as mobile as Nick Rose. He's not as mobile as Hartley.
No.
He is slow as hell on his feet, and I'm surprised they did not go low at all, like on the opposite side of the angle to the posts, or again, open up a spot where that 5-hole, like they beat Matt Vince the last, I don't know how many goals in the fourth quarter. You go low on him too. If they're doing that to him, why not do that to Ward? So that's the thing with both Dane Smith and also with Josh Byrne. Now, it's not just them two. It's the entire offense itself. They didn't have Tahoka. Not an excuse. They didn't have
Dalton Solver. Didn't have Solver.
They had their main guys. They had Dane Smith, Josh Byrne, and Chris Kluche. Should be no excuse there.
Chase Frazier.
But again, and Chase. Chase came back and he scored twice.
Yep.
You can't blame that on him. He contributed. Chris Kluche, what did he have? 2 goals too? Yes, he did.
2 goals.
He contributed too as well. But for Byrne and for Dane Smith to be locked out and only combine 1 goal for the both of them, that hurts.
It does.
That's your offense right there. That's what Colorado knows to expect out of those two. But yet what we can't do is our defense. Now I'm going to switch. This is defensively. You got to lock down Zed Williams, and you got to lock down Ryan Lee or McLaughlin. But what happened when Zed Williams scored his goals? He got that little step, insta shot, no hesitation, and he scored like nothing went wrong.
5-hole.
That's what the Bandits' offense was missing that night.
Mm-hmm. The Bandits were missing smart shots. I mean, that's 100%. They, in the second half, I mean, they couldn't hit a soccer goal to save their life. They were missing shots beyond the mark, looking absolutely unbelievable. It wasn't that fast-paced offense that we're used to seeing. They scored half their goals in the first quarter. Half their goals came in the first quarter alone. Going into the second quarter with a power play. Couldn't go up 5-1. Gave them a little bit of leeway. They came back, and we were just playing catch-up the rest of the way. Now, explain this to me, Tony. A lot of people want to blame this on Matt Vince. Were there saves he should have made? Absolutely. 100%. I agree with that. Should a player of his experience give up all those 5-hole goals? Absolutely not. But does Matt Vince play offense? Was he the reason why the Bandits offense scored only 8 goals?
No.
So this game should not be only on Matt Vince. Did the floodgates kind of open in the fourth quarter? Absolutely. But
it was bad.
Bandits, the offense and the defense seemed checked out. Matt Vince seemed to be the only one that was invested in the game, and Brad McCauley, obviously, for beating the absolute snot out of Sullivan at the end of that game, which was great. If you guys left early, which a lot of people in my section did up in 310, and a lot of people around the building missed it, you missed a great fight at the end of that game, and Brad McCauley, give him credit. He was fighting until the very end. He was telling us that this was the game that he was kind of circling on that calendar, and he wanted to beat the Colorado Mammoth because he's pissed off about what happened in Game 3 of the finals. But I'm going to be the guy that points at the coach. We did not adjust to Zed Williams. As soon as they took the lead, we seemed checked out. We didn't look like the Cardiac Bandits anymore. Yeah, we were tying the game at 7-7, at 8-8. But, man, when that 9th goal went in, they just flat out gave up. It just didn't look good, and they were pretty fired up for the game too going into this one. So I'm very surprised we got the fan tunnel passes for this game, and we were slapping up everybody's hands when they came running through the tunnel before or during their entrances, which was great. And they just seemed checked out at the end of the game. So I'm not sure what happened, if there was that 9th goal that really set them off, but Matt Vince was playing his butt off, trying to play his butt off the whole game. His defense was giving him nothing, and his offense couldn't score. I mean, they couldn't score on a soccer goal. They were missing so badly.
Mm-mm.
They were shooting all these shots wide. Dan Smith was shooting into traffic the whole night. Josh Byrne
Mm-hmm.
was. Imagine what happens when he scores his only goal. He bounces it. I'm up there screaming, Tony, like, take more bounce shots. Dylan Ward cannot save them. We're shooting right at his chest protector, shooting right into his stick, getting all these
Mm-hmm.
crease violation calls. And on these little tic-tac-toe passes, wide open net, and we're shanking it wide. We have to put those in the goal. It just wasn't our night. And I think it starts with JT. I don't blame Matt Vince. I blame John Tavares.
Well, like I said, not every game could be going perfectly as well, but like you said, you're coming into a game where you should know your opponent right away. Yes, these are your guys that you faced in the finals last year, and they did the same exact thing that they did last night.
They blew a
obviously beat us
4-1
up
lead in game
the
3.
same way.
Yep,
Yeah.
they blew a
And the
4-1
thing
lead in
is
game 3.
why
That's it.
why slow down when your guys, you put the hammer down when you're up that much, you don't give them a chance to come back. And that's the thing that was the problem in the second quarter when they had a 6-goal run. It was unreal. It was like, why are you guys slowing down? I
Our
understand
power
you guys
play,
don't want to do the fast pace, but obviously the fast pace thing was working that night.
right?
So why stop? I don't get it. This is what you do when you play against another team. You don't give them a chance to breathe. You don't give them a chance to create, and you don't give them a chance to come back into the game. You put the hammer down when you guys obviously are showing them in the first quarter.
And you slam the door at halftime. Yep.
And then nothing. And then all of a sudden, we forgot to play the game of lacrosse. What the hell is going on with this strategy? I mean, I'm frustrated as a fan looking down and going, oh, God, I wish I could just dress up and go out there and play my ass off for these guys. It's just, it's like I want to just, I've been screaming to these guys, just keep shooting to this guy, make him tired, get him like panic, go in panic mode on this goaltender, make him freak out and that he's going to make a mistake. And that's where your opportunities come to, but it did not happen.
And what I didn't understand was, my bad. I was saying the 3-on-2s. The 3-on-2s, Ian McKay would stop instead of setting up the generator pass across the middle. He would just stop and pass it back to the point. I'm like, shoot the thing. We know you have a great shot. And even when we did shoot the ball, we were shooting it right in the middle of his chest. Like Dylan Ward wouldn't even have to move half the time. He was in there. He could have taken a nap back there in the second half because
got to go for the man's feet.
Got to go for his feet. Got to go for the bounce shot because what do you know? Josh Byrne bounces it. Oh, he doesn't save it.
Yeah,
maybe
and everybody
keep
went well on him.
It that way. Face-offs were bad. The PK in the second half was bad. Oh my goodness, it was just a different. The first quarter.
Face-offs were actually okay. He was all right. He won 50% of his face-offs.
We were kind of getting manhandled when it was a scrum for the face-off though. It's just
that too, yeah, but
it's not all on Adler, but it's on the forechecking. It's on the guys that are supposed to scoop up the ball in the transition.
Correct.
But I mean, that penalty kill in the second half, it just wow. Every opportunity Colorado, it seemed like they cashed in on it, and it's hard to stop a guy like Zed Williams, but he's that guy who you want to punch right in the face because every time he scores, he salutes to the crowd. And
well, it is his hometown too. He's from Silver Creek, so he's not far from home.
He is, but I think that should be reason when he does that. Bandits players should not allow him to do that. Put him on the ground. The one thing I did love from the Bandits last night was the physicality, the big hits that they were throwing last night. I think the Bandits threw more checks in this game alone than the Sabres have in their entire season. And I said that last night. I got my section kind of laughing at that, but I love the physicality. I love the first quarter, but damn it, what happened in the last 45 minutes of the game?
It went down south real fast. Like they just burnt out their whole energy in one quarter, and then they said, well, we better be lucky to stay with them. And the only quarters that they did was the first and the third.
I'll give Chase credit. I'll give Chris Kluche credit. Dane Smith and Josh Byrne laid an egg. 100% laid an egg. Carter McKenzie had more goals, or had the same amount of goals as Josh Byrne and Dane Smith combined last night. Carter freaking McKenzie. I don't understand.
Kudos to you, buddy, for getting your first as a Bandit. So that's cool.
And having a kick-ass goal song too. The old Monday Night Raw theme song. That's great. But you know what? 13-8 was the final score of this one. It seems like we get owned by these guys every time we face them. I don't know what it is. They could be 0-10 on the year, and Colorado will always give us a tough game. But well, I just hope we don't see them either in the playoffs or the finals. I hope we don't see them because the way that Johnny T was coaching against them didn't seem to adjust from what happened over 9 months ago in Game
Mhm.
3 of the finals, and I'm like, we blew it the same exact way, 4-1 lead early, and then just went downhill. We just couldn't score. Dane Smith was taking stupid shots. Josh Byrne was taking dumb shots. Brad
Mhm.
McCulley was trying to score a whole bunch, and he did score one. Got into a fight, got a Gordie Howe hat trick last night, which was pretty cool. But
Yep.
where was Ian McKay, right? Where was we all know that on the transition game, Nick Weiss will take a bunch of shots. Where was he last night? And it seemed like
Well.
Justin Martin got hurt in the first quarter. We're not really sure on his status just yet. But Tehoka Nanakoke being out is not an excuse to lose this game. It's really
Mm-mm.
not because we beat Halifax 10-9 on the road without Byrne, Frazier, Kluche, Robinson,
Mhm.
and a couple other defensemen. I think Adam Bomberry was out for that game too, and we still beat them.
Yeah, he
Colorado,
wasn't there
who's not
last night either.
Colorado, who's not a very good team. I mean, this is why we don't take teams lightly, right? They go in and squash us in that fourth quarter. It was
That
close
was
for
awful.
40. It was close in the first 45 minutes of the game. In the fourth quarter, I don't know what happened, but the floodgates opened, the 5-hole wouldn't seem to be closed, and the offense
Hmm.
just they were shooting. I mean, if goals counted for every shot that hit the corner of the boards, we would have won that game like 21-13.
Yeah,
But we
but that
just
didn't happen.
it just seemed like we couldn't score on a soccer net in that fourth quarter. And the luck of the
No.
Irish just wasn't on our side. But if you were doing a little bit of scoreboard watching today, you would see that Toronto lost 14-12 last night, which was
Yep.
great. And Rochester lost in overtime to the Philadelphia Wings this afternoon.
Thank you.
And you know who scored that OT winner? It was Blaze Reardon
Hmm.
from Joey Rezateras and Mitch Jones. Former Bandit, assisted by former Bandit and former Bandit.
That's it.
It's
That's how
pretty
it
cool.
is.
So
But thank you guys for winning
Bandits
that. So
beating
we're
up on the
still ahead
Nighthawks,
by half.
just like old times. Bandits beating up on those Nighthawks, right? So
Yep.
we're still nothing has changed in the standings. We're in the
Mm-mm.
same spot where we were before yesterday's game.
Yep.
We got San Diego coming up.
You
Hopefully,
play like that. You play like that
you ain't
against
beating
San
anybody.
Diego.
You
Forget
ain't beating
about it.
anybody. You ain't
You're
beating
not going
anybody.
to beat nobody.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God!
That
But
is brutal.
you know what
They better wake up smartly right now.
there is a silver lining to this. There's always the WTF game or two in the Bandit
Mm.
season.
That
Last
was one of
year,
them.
last year it was the Toronto home game on Fan Appreciation Night and the
Hmm.
home game against the Riptide. We had two WTF games last year. Hopefully
Yeah,
that's our one and only one this year because we got
it better
San
be.
Diego and then we have the Riptide, I believe, at home, and then we have Toronto at home. So we got big
Yeah.
games coming up. But San Diego, you play that way against them, you got Dane Dobie on that side, man. And you can make that argument that Dane Dobie's better than Zed Williams, and I wouldn't disagree. I think that they're
Hmm.
two different players. You're comparing apples to oranges there, but they both have that goal scoring ability. But you really got to lock it down. I think the last time they played San Diego was
We won,
2019,
I
and when they
think.
were an expansion team, we won there. We won like 17-6. But this is a totally different San Diego team now, and they
Hmm.
got a lot of great shooters. They got a great goaltender. Hopefully, we get more healthy on the defensive side. But the trade deadline does happen tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. And
That
one of
is
the
correct.
Bandits insiders was tweeting out on Twitter today. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he said the Bandits should be very active. And I'm not sure what that means offensively or defensively. I would prefer defensively unless you're going to make a trade for a Lyle Thompson, which would be absolutely phenomenal, or a trade for a Joey Razateritz or something like that. That would be amazing too. Or hell, maybe even bringing back Mitch Jones. Maybe that's a little spark we need on offense too. But it isn't always offense wins you championships. Look at last year's Bandits team. I would have thought last year's offense was good enough to carry you to a championship title, but I guess it wasn't. Um, that's the only thing, though. The Johnny T has to figure out how to beat the Colorado Mammoth, and if that means we got to trade a couple of guys, because the
Hmm.
Mammoth could be that sneaky team. This could be their win that sparks them to go on this playoff run. We don't know how
Right.
far they're going to get because this season is not even close to being over yet.
No.
Uh, a win last night would have separated us in the standings by a game and a half in 2 games. That would
Yep.
have been absolutely massive. But we really can't look back on it now. That was an ugly
Nope.
game. We were wearing some
Move on.
great jerseys.
Move forward.
Somebody on Bandits Mafia commented the reason why we lost is because we look like the 1994 Boston Blazers, and they were a bunch of losers. So, you know what? If you're gonna blame the jerseys, whatever. We only wear them one time a year, and
That's it.
if you're auctioning for any of these jerseys, you gotta be wise about it because I saw that Brad McCulley's jersey that was ripped during a fight and had Colorado players' blood on it is going for $550 right now. So that better go up on a wall somewhere because if you're wearing a ripped jersey to a game, I'm going to judge you a little bit.
Well, I got my St. Patrick's Day one, and I'm not going to wear that ever because I got it signed by Dane Smith. And that's just going to be on my wall for, finally got my St. Patrick's Day jersey. So I was very happy. But again, kind of upset though, and I'm going to just take a little off the segment, not
Sure.
about the team, but about the stores.
Oh yes, go for it.
The Key Bank Center guys. I'm going to say this honestly, and it could be brutal to you guys, but supply and demand, make more than just 70 jerseys so that it gives a fair chance for everybody else.
70 jerseys.
Season ticket holders to those who just want to buy one. You guys got to make the tens of thousands because alone you got 8 to 10,000 season ticket holders right there alone. That's one jersey for each person. You got your money back right there. And for those that are going to want the jerseys, you make another 2,000 jerseys and you can profit from that if you even charge them $225. I mean, yes, for season ticket holders, we get it for a little baby discount. But again, for those who want the jersey and say, hey, I don't care which player it is, as long as it's the right size that fits them, make more. Okay. Do something with to promote and to get this back up on track and to make sure they got the right sizes for all. And after that, you might as well bring back every single past jersey. Because let me tell you something. If you want me to be your marketer or those that promote, and no offense to Scotty, but the fact is that if you encourage whoever it is that you deal with, make more. Go from first shift to third shift and make these. I don't care because guess what? You're not only going to pay them for their service, but you're going to get your profits back when fans from both sides, it could be from Bandits or the opposing team who say, hey, this jersey looks pretty sweet. Maybe I want to get an opposing jersey's name and have them sign it and be like, hey, I'm going to put that on my wall. You got to think that way. Supply and demand. Please make more jerseys, okay?
Also, I mean, I saw somebody on Bandits Mafia. This is completely unacceptable. I don't know if this person likes it this way, but bought a Dane Smith St. Patrick's Day jersey. 92 on the back, but a 22 on the front. That makes a lot of freaking sense. Whoever made that and sold that, I mean, she needs to, I don't remember her name, but if she's watching, I'm shouting you out because you better get like at least a 50 to 75% discount on that. You got a Dane
I didn't realize it was a misprint. You got
a freaking Dane Byrne jersey. That player doesn't even exist. Dane Smith exists, Josh Byrne exists, but Dane Byrne doesn't. Like 22 on the front, 92 on the back. I got to tell you one thing.
Somebody might
Reebok, who used to make their jerseys, would never let that happen. Just saying.
No. Well, it is what it is. But again, you guys got to look and make sure. Now you got me suspicious. Now I got to go look at my jersey to see if it's got. Oh my God, I got to go check. This is ridiculous. But yeah.
I really love what they're doing with this, expanding the jerseys and stuff like that. They're doing what Reebok used to do. I mean, Rochester wore their military weekend jerseys this weekend. They looked pretty cool.
They did look pretty sweet.
That was cool. And, I love what the Bandits did with the breast cancer awareness one. That was very, very cool as well with the black jersey and the pink numbers and the pink logo. That was cool. I would love it if the NLL did a reverse retro concept and brought back the orange jersey with the bandit eyes on it.
Something, please.
And white numbers.
We need to bring these back.
Or maybe have a black jersey. Like, remember the old retro? It was a jersey I wore last night, the orange one with the white numbers on the back.
I want that one too.
If they made that all black but had the bandit eyes and the orange numbers on the back, dude,
that'd be pretty legit.
That would be sweet for a
that'd
concept
be pretty
like
legit.
that. Or if they, because the outside of this logo is purple. They had purple numbers on the back and had like just the bandit eyes on a black jersey. That'd be sweet too. I'd buy those. But
yeah, why not?
You know what? Just let me do a sketch of what one of the jerseys would look like. I'll send it to Scotty and be like, "Yo, can we like get somebody to do this or something?" That'd be awesome.
Sure, that would be fantastic to bring back the old retros. Even my friend Leah, who wore the 2008 jersey look, I was like, "Oh God!" And they don't sell that no more.
I saw
Got to
some
make it
guy
happen.
yesterday in the Sabres store wearing a 2008 white jersey of Joe Smith, number 14, who used to
Oh,
be a Bandit. I'm like, where in the
oh.
world did you get your hands on one? I'm looking at my jersey back here. I
Mm-hmm.
got mine off of Queen City Vintage. They were selling it. They
Mm-hmm.
had a new shipment of Bandits jerseys, specifically Mark Stainhouse, and I got one for 120 bucks.
Not
So
bad.
it's the 2009 third jersey with the orange jersey and the white numbers on the back.
Yes.
Those are amazing. That third
Yep.
jersey, they should bring that back. But
They
I love
should.
the 2008 look, even the 2000 look with with this logo behind me and the
Mm-hmm.
almost like the stripes that they have now on the shoulders and the bottom part of the jersey. That was
Yeah.
cool too. That was the Pat O'Toole jersey that he used
Mm-hmm.
to wear all the time. So
I think I have
we
that
got
one.
we got a couple different concepts that we can wear here, and I think we should break them all out. If we're gonna be that championship team, might as well wear all the threads since 1992.
Maybe it might bring the championship vibe back and get that firepower back that we need.
Might have enough
That'd be
firepower to
something.
actually beat
Kind
the
of like how the
Colorado
Sabres did
Mammoth.
with the Goat Heads. They brought them back, and we actually went what 8-2 with
Yeah,
those
8-2
jerseys.
with the Goat Heads, and I don't even want to talk about that crap game that happened today against the Boston Bruins.
Yeah,
But
kiss your playoffs goodbye. They're done.
absolutely bum losers. But you know what? The Bandits are 10-3. Maybe if they bring some of those threads back, they might have the confidence to actually beat the Colorado Mammoth one of these days. But
Yeah.
at least they're out west, and we only have to face
Mm-hmm.
against them once a year. If they go to the finals, we are screwed. Sorry, Tony,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah. Well, they got to wake up. That's their problem. They can't just expect to think like, oh, yeah, we're going to walk into this game and we're going to take control. Well, you may have done that in the first quarter, but again, you can't just let up. You
it's like,
got
hey
to play a
Johnny,
whole 60.
hey Johnny, wake up and smell the Mammoth, buddy. Like
Yeah, exactly. They're
every
not
time they
extinct
face
against
against
us.
us, if they didn't go on that stupid line change in game one, we could have got swept by those guys. If you really think
Mm-hmm.
about it, like if they didn't make that line change and then Nick Weiss didn't score that goal to go up 15-14, we could have been looking at a sweep.
Yeah.
And but you know what? They seem to learn from that because they beat us they beat us 3 games in a row. 3 times in a row they beat us.
Yep.
So we really got to clean that up. 2 of those games were at home as well, right in front of the Bandits crowd. So we got
Mhm.
San Diego coming up. I'm done talking about the Mammoth. I hate that team with a passion.
Yeah.
I feel like every Bandit fan is with me on that. It's just so frustrating watching them buying a ticket, watching them lose to the Mammoth at home again because they've been owning
Again.
us since '06, man. It's just so annoying. It's getting so old at this point. But because I think they beat us last year in overtime too in the regular season, which really kind of got under my skin as well in
Mm.
in their house, which was really annoying. But it was another blown lead that we had. I think we were up 13-11 that game. We lost 14 or 15-14 in OT. I'm just sick of losing to Colorado. I'm sick of Zed Williams. Sick of Dylan Ward. And I've thoroughly enjoyed booing the living piss out of them when they walked down the fan tunnel, or the goalies when they walked down the fan tunnel. And the backup goalie had the nerve to look at us who were booing them and said,
Yeah.
I think we won here last time in game 3. I'm like, bro, you're a fucking backup. Like, shut up. Dylan Ward did all
Tyler
that work.
Carlson.
Buddy,
That's who it is, by the
yeah,
way.
Carlson, buddy, you're a backup. You didn't do a damn thing in the finals, so enjoy that ring that Dylan Ward won you, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Well,
what? If we
all I
see,
can say is to those, forget about it. But God, it's just, man, just can't find a way to beat them. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe you don't have the heart. I don't know, or maybe you don't have the electricity that you guys been. I mean, you should be feeding off the Banditland vibe with the fans.
should
I mean, look, it was full.
15,000 plus.
Full. There should be no reason why you can't beat these guys here at home.
Colorado's 6 and
My
6.
God.
Let's just be real. These guys suck. There's no reason why we should lose to them.
Oh, well, we did. And they obviously did it again. So they found a way to beat us because they got in our heads. That's the thing. You get into an opponent's head like that, and there's no calls towards, but then when you retaliate, they get called on them, and that's the problem. Like, we had 3 penalties in the one play alone. I'm like, how the hell we get
That
3
was
penalties
stupid,
in one?
too.
And I'm like, why are you like, they're illegal body check. Dude, it's just like hockey. You're gonna get hit, you're gonna get slashed, and everything else, and then you call a slash too. So it's like, and then
if you don't like
slashing penalty against them in like 3 seconds left in the game. I'm like, why?
Yeah, well,
You're an
of
idiot.
course they called it now when the game was over. But if you don't like getting hit, go do tap class or something. Like, get out of here. Go play golf if you don't like getting hit. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like it, maybe this sport isn't for you, and maybe the referee should actually get a clue of what an illegal body check is. But Dane Smith's
yeah.
was a clear hit from behind last night. I'm like, what in the world are you doing, Dane?
Well, when you have position like that, I mean, or with the possession of the ball, you should be getting hit. So it doesn't matter.
That was
But
a
yeah,
bad
that
game.
was just awful
Ugly.
refereeing, ugly game period from the boys in orange and black.
Yeah, referee number 94. That wasn't the reason why the Bandits lost, but he should never do a game again. 94 is a bum.
Yeah, him and 25. He was terrible.
Yeah, and when the hell did what's his face, Bryce Sweeting, get a match penalty for spearing? When did he ever spear anyone?
I didn't even see anything like that at all.
Brad McCulley got 5 minutes for fighting,
wow.
and then they said Bryce Sweeting got a match penalty for spearing. I didn't even see that.
That I didn't see either, but we were all like in awe or shaking our heads like, why? Like, what happened? Like, where did you see him getting speared or something like that? That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the replay of that.
You know what, Tony? As of right now, the Colorado Mammoth have the wild card spot.
Wow, that's scary.
With their win last night, they are 6-6. They're 4th in the West, and they have that wild card spot. But Panther City is 8-5, Calgary is 9-4, San Diego's 9-2. Then when you go east, Halifax is 6-7. They're just outside that wild card spot.
Don't count out the Wings yet.
Don't count them out yet.
Nope, the Wings are proving themselves.
The Wings are also 6-7. They're 6-7, tied with the Thunderbirds, but they don't have the tiebreaker, so they're in 5th. Rochester's in 3rd with 9-4. Toronto's 10-4 and are in 2nd. Bandits 10-3 with a game in hand over Toronto. They're still in 1st, so we're in the same exact spot. But damn it, whoever's playing Colorado next week, beat them. Get them out of the wild card. I don't even want the chance to see them in the playoffs ever.
As of right, actually, they're playing the Warriors, and I don't think they're going to lose to the Warriors.
I don't think so, but stranger things have happened.
Evans, I mean, if you're watching this too, buddy, do us a favor and beat them, please.
Yeah,
somehow, some way, find a win.
Yeah, we don't like him anymore, but we would really enjoy it if you were to beat the Colorado Mammoth next week. That'd be great.
Something.
Because we got a tough task, but it seems like we play up to competition. So you never really know what happens. San Diego is a good team. Panther City's apparently a good team that can't even draw flies. We saw they have no attendance at their games, and there's
like a handful of people. That's so sad.
It really is. It really makes you wonder how long.
Get some more people in the fans.
How long are they going to be around for? Right?
Yeah.
Either put another team in Minnesota, or I mean, they got to get more fans. They got to get more fans.
Yeah.
But I just want Colorado out of the wild card because, dude, I'm scared of that team, man. The Bandits have given me no reason to be like, yeah, we're going to go in there and beat Colorado this time. They really have not, especially under John Tavares.
Well, the only way I see that the Mammoth can lose out that spot if SAS starts to wake up, because I was surprised they were up in the top and now they just dropped. Yeah. So now they got a game back behind Colorado, which they're playing Calgary. That needs to be changed because they're home against Calgary. They should win. Halifax is playing Philadelphia. That should be a good game to watch too. It should be.
That is a battle for the potential wild card spot right there.
Absolutely, and we're kind of praying for Albany to beat Toronto next week, but again,
they'd be doing us a favor, man. Because Rochester, I think,
San Diego.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You finish your sentence.
I think Rochester's facing against
Vegas. In Vegas.
Oh, goodness gracious! Rochester should go in there and smoke them, but I don't know. It's a weird game, this league.
This could be a benefit for us too, because San Diego has to play in Panther City first, and then they play us the night after.
Yeah, so they get a little back-to-back
weekend.
We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them coming a day after a game. They might be the tired San Diego Seals, so we'll see what happens. But we'll have the preview right here on Banditland Boulevard in the next coming week or so.
Absolutely. So for those who do watch, let's get to the sponsorship and to that. So we'd like to thank Mitchell's Tavern to sponsor us very much. If you haven't gone and checked them out, they're at 734 Sheridan Drive up in Tonawanda, New York. They got great food, amazing service. So mention the boys, Tony and Trevor, myself.
Yes, sir.
Banditland Boulevard said, we came here to eat and drink. So we want to know how good you guys are. Also, we want to thank you guys for watching us on YouTube. We'd like you to hit the like and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd like to thank you guys all for who listen to us on Anchor.fm, also known as Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating for our rate of service towards you guys about all your Buffalo Bandits needs of lacrosse.
Absolutely. And I think, win, lose, or tie, it's Bandits till we die, right? 10-3, still at the top of the East, still at the top of the Eastern Conference. Tony, I think we got one more thing to say, man.
All right.
Let's go. Let's
go
Bandits.
Let's go.